Okay, for Valentine's Day, before it ends, I just wanted to do a little video about a trick that you can look at a chart to see long-lasting relationship. Okay, and why did I want to share this one? Well, because if you're anything like me, you will go through charts endlessly to find connections and synchronicity within your relationship because it's never ending. You could literally take your own chart, your partner's chart, and then your combined charts, which are both synastry and composite, and you could spend a lifetime on them, okay? So why not share like one little tip that's fun, okay? This is not Saturn. Saturn is a planet that people look to for longevity within relationships, but it's not fun, okay? Saturn is like, haha, I have caught you with my looks and my cute butt, and now we're going to talk about your control issues and we're going to deal with them in real life because I plug into those just so, where we're going to trigger you, and then we've got a lifetime to work on those things, or however long. Okay, so that's not really fun. Something that's a little more lighthearted would be looking at the angles. And if we're talking about relationships, we want to talk about the ascendant descendant angle. See, when you come in, when you're embodied on earth, when you take your first breath, you create something called the cross of matter. Okay, and it's these lines are magnetic gateways to your soul, the ego that was looking to be embodied on earth. Okay, and the ascendant very much lines up with the moment of conception, when you chose to start being made in the womb. And then when you do take your first breath, your ascendant will be connected to that. However, this is your moment in time and space where you are crucified in matter, right? Like the stellar baptism, that's you. That's why these angles, when someone plugs into them, it's like they're plugging into you. Just like the last video I did where I was talking about how we're plugged in at the back of our neck through our nervous system, the way that we experience this simulated event, okay? This cross of matter in your chart shows when someone plugs into your plug-in. Meant to be puzzle pieces, right? Okay, so what you want to do is you want to look at the ruler of your ascendant and therefore the ruler of your descendant. And whenever the ruler of your ascendant makes a connection, specifically a conjunction we want to look at, because those are strongest, but any of the other configurations work as well. Either to someone's ascendant ruler or descendant ruler, there's a huge sympathetic, I see you, I understand you, I plug into you dynamic going on. So it can be with your ascendant ruler to someone else's ascendant ruler. It can be with your ascendant ruler to someone else's descendant ruler, or your descendant ruler with someone else's descendant ruler. And then of course we have the conjunction, we have the trine, we have the sextile, we have the opposition, we have the square. And they're all significant. Do you see how you can sit forever and look at charts like all day long and not even realize that time and space are doing their thing? Because they're not, because it's actually where you are. So let's make our own little realities here right now by focusing on this, because this is really cool. It's like a window into the soul of your relationship, okay? And you can look for these relationships between the planets within your synastry and within your composite, which is, if you don't know, it's a chart made by the midpoint of each person's chart. Okay, so you can take each individual chart and see, okay, how does my ascendant or descendant ruler plug into this person's ascendant or descendant ruler? Or you can look for the rulers in your composite chart. Now, what happens if you have like the same ascendant and the same descendant? Well, then look at those planetary rulers and how they're plugging into angles within the synastry. Okay, how do you find the ascendant ruler and the descendant ruler? Let's say someone's ascendant is Scorpio. So Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So Pluto is your ascendant ruler, and then you want to look for where Pluto's in your chart, how it lines up with the other person's ascendant or descendant ruler, and then look at the composite. Okay, so if you have Scorpio rising, you're going to have a Taurus descendant. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so same thing, okay? And then that's how you're going to find your partners. So I hope this has been helpful. This it's not something I made up. It's something that other astrologers agree with, and it's kind of like saying within these relationships, you're going to find that you will feel a connection strong enough to be emotionally vulnerable and let the dumpster fires within loose, right? And then even with those flames burning, the other aspect of you in this relationship, your partner, will love you unconditionally because the puzzle pieces fit, right? So happy Valentine's Day. I hope that this day helps bring more awareness into why you do what you do and why you look for what you look for, and how, if you're with someone, you can go forward together in understanding and love. And if you're not with someone, this is a great way to look at your chart and see what makes you you and where your plugins are and why. Okay.